We're going to be carrying on getting these bad boys in. So we've got all our floor joists in here. So what Pete did was basically build this awesome little structure here. Has enabled everything to be leveled out correctly. We need to get the roof sorted, ready for Will. Hey! Loads of comments saying, where's Will the roofer? Where's Will the roofer? Here he is. Will is back, baby.
Let's get going. Let's talk about the job, John.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another day on site. So today we're going to be carrying on getting these bad boys in. So we've got 3 left to put in here. Then we need to get our perimeter noggins in, that side, this side, and then what we're going to do is basically leave the rest of the noggins out for now, and then we can move over to that side. We have got electricians, plumbers, etc, coming very soon. So we want to just try and get this floor down so it's safe to walk on. Get some temporary floor down on top of it. Morning, Pete.
Morning.
Hi. I'm good, mate. I'm good. So over this side, what we've got to do is make some pockets in the wall. We do have some masonry hangers, like I mentioned before, to go over this lintel. We can't pocket into the lintel because the lintel wouldn't work. So that's why we're going to do that. So we'll show you how we install those. Basically just more cutting, more placing in, more fantastic work. The lads outside also are making amazing progress. So they're going to be carrying on today with the block work internally. We are probably going to have to get a little bit of scaffold out on the neighbour's property over there just to bring it up so they can get this side done. Once we're above this, everything needs to be bang on that side. It's been a bit tight down there, as you can probably see in a minute. So once they're above there, the business can do a lovely job on that side of it. Let's crack on and make stuff happen. Let's do it. Yeah. Right, I've been away for a couple of days on a cheeky little holiday, just a long weekend, nothing too exciting. And a few things have happened since I've been gone. Obviously, the world doesn't stop just because I'm not here. I just thought I'd bring you upstairs just to show you exactly what's been going on and what stage we're at up here. The bedrooms, you can see we've got all this hardwood floor up. And what we're going to be doing is basically taking these floors up here. Upstairs is going to be carpeted. So what we're going to do is reuse these floorboards downstairs because all the floors downstairs, bar the entrance hallway, are going to be floorboards. So we can lift all these and then we're going to put tongue and groove flooring down on here. So these can all be taken up and out of the way. We've got our chipboard flooring in here. Because we're carpeting, it means we can just put this straight down and then carpet will go straight over the top. Ceilings have been fully completed in here. As you saw before, these were pretty knackered, so we've put all these in now. We've just stopped this one shy over here, you can see in there, because this wall will be coming out eventually once the extension is built up, so we can join that ceiling onto the one in there. We've also got some work to do on the roof to bring the ceiling through, well, the roof through from this roof into the roof in there, so there will be lots more work going on up there. You can see here on this chimney stack as well, what we've done is widen this to allow for the bed to go here because it's quite an odd shaped room. We're planning on wardrobes across that wall, bed here, bedside table, and then the ensuite in there. Also, we've got to look at getting these window openings done as well, if you can remember from before. So yeah, the window openings here, and in the room we were in a second ago, just there. So these two here need to be done as well. And then upstairs is ready for sparkies, plumbers who are coming next week. Right, downstairs, it's going to get noisy, so bear with. Let's go downstairs and have a look. So outside, the lads have been cracking on amazingly with this brickwork. You can see this side's taking shape. Same over that side as well. We're nearly up to the level we need to be for our basement, ground floor, whatever you want to call it. The lintels are due to arrive later on this afternoon, so we can span our lintels across there and across here. And then once we're up to level as well, we can start getting our steels in that are running across here and across here as well to take the brickwork right the way up to the top. So that will be amazing. Just take a sneaky look in here. The lads are just stripping the last bit of plaster off in that room, so then that's ready. We've got all our floor joists in here, so this is basically going to be our ceiling height. It is going to be lower than we'd hoped, but unfortunately that's how it is. Pete, as ever, has done a sterling job. So on this side, first of all, we had our steel there and we had our steel here to go off. So this was nice and easy installing these joists. We knew that we had to hack it slightly to allow for basically bringing our floor levels through. So we've done that. And on this side we had to notch out slightly just for the same, because they're different size steels. Like I mentioned before, that is a bigger steel than this one. That's why we had to do that. However, on this side we needed to pocket into the walls and also some masonry hangers across here. So what that has meant is that we had to basically get everything exactly where it needed to be before they were bricked up. We had to make larger pockets than necessary, obviously, to get the timbers in there, and then these joist hangers also had to be at exactly the right point. So what Pete did was basically build this awesome little structure here. Has enabled everything to be levelled out correctly. So he basically got this set slightly below the level that we expect it to be, using his laser level up here to bring us through to an even keel over here where we need to be. And then he's cut these wedges that you can just see it there, some sliding wedges, and then basically tap those through. And then what that's done is enabled us to lift each one individually up to exactly the point where it needs to be to make sure this floor was nice and level. And then they can be sat in that pocket, held up by this with nothing underneath. And then once they're exactly where they need them to be, the brick is then bricked underneath to make sure everything's nice and secured. We've also done the wrapping on the end of the joist, so they're nice and secure. No damp will come through from this way. These timbers are nice and dry, so there's not going to be any moisture trapped in there. The reason we've had to use masonry hangers here is obviously because we've got an lintel across here, we couldn't put any pockets where we need it to be. So we've got some masonry hangers which have been fixed into the wall with some anchor resin, so they're nice and solid. That's never going to go anywhere. So this ceiling in here is now complete. We have got to move one over there, which we know, that's why it's not been noggined or anything. That's just been left out of the way, because we've got, if you remember, some steels which are going to come across here. So we need to drill some holes in this point, and they're going to run from this point here right the way across onto this pillar. And then there's going to be two more steels which come across from here, 2 meters from that wall to here, and then come across and sit into these steels. So this one here, this double here, needs to be moved over so we can get our connections done on that side. So that's why the noggins haven't been completed down here. I'm going to get upstairs now and show you what's been going on up there. So in this room here, we're now above the ceiling we were just on. Hi guys. Hi. Basically what we've done upstairs, we wanted to put tongue and groove flooring down, and that has meant that we obviously had to strip the old floorboards off, and then that highlighted a few issues. First issue is this. So we've got a joist coming across there, just stitched into another one coming out there. So that obviously needs to be replaced straight away because that is effectively just floating. Also over here, we've got some joists which have been very reduced. There was a hearth, a concrete hearth, which had been put in here after these have been put in, and they've basically just cut the joists out. So we've got about 3 inches of timber there on those joists, so they're going to come out. There is also quite a bit of bounce in these. So what we're going to do is double up every other one, all the way across this floor and all the way across that floor in there as well, just to basically make it nice and secure and take out all that bounce. They're perfectly safe, obviously apart from those ones, they need to be replaced, but it just makes it feel a lot more solid underfoot. So we are going to need to make some pockets in the walls across here, and then get our new timbers in, get them all bolted together, and then this will make this floor feel a lot more solid. We'll also put some noggins through the middle as well, just to give it a bit more rigidity, and then we'll be good to go. Same over here, you can see there's a few joists which have been notched into, so they will need sorting out. There's more work. The plumbers were scheduled to be here beginning of next week, so I've had to put them off a few days just to give us a bit of an advantage, a bit of a head start, because obviously they're going to be wanting to get on. They're going to need to be running pipes through these joists, and if we're sistering these joists up, we're not going to be able to do it. Well, they're not going to be able to do that, so we need to get this stuff sorted first, and then they can crack on after. There's also a lintel which needs to go in here. There was a timber lintel which was in there, but that was rotten, so we've had to take that out, prop it up as you can see there, and we just need to get another concrete lintel in there. So yeah, it's all going on. We need to crack on. We've got to do another run now to get rid of all this rubbish, get all these de-nailed, and then start getting this floor smashed in. But there is one more thing, one more very exciting thing. Well, the roofer is here. Let's go and see him. Hey! Yes! Will is back, baby.
How's it going, boys?
Good, mate. It is good to have you back. So if you've never met Will before, check out his Instagram in the comments below, at Will the Roofer, absolute legend. And also we'll put some links to some of the videos Will's done for us before.
I've been looking forward to this one, getting back with the boys.
Yes.
I can't believe it. It's
Finally,
been too long. It's been
finally.
far too long. I hope you've missed me. That's the
I've
most
missed you.
important thing. I know you have.
All this lot, I'm sure they have as well,
That's what I'm
of course.
talking
We've had
to.
lots of comments, loads of comments saying, where's Will the Roofer, where's Will the Roofer? Here he is, he's here.
He wasn't lying. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Right, but anyway, let's get going. Let's talk about the job, John, because that's why we're here, bro.
That is why we're here, mate.
Right then, first plan. So what we've got to do is we've got to get this roof stripped, get the slates off, get the batten off, get the felt off. We're going to fly batten it only. We're not doing anything else. Just going to fly batten it. And then, John, what have you got to do?
We've got to get in there and replace the purlins which are running underneath, pretty much underneath my feet now. The one over this side is pretty shot. That one's not amazing either. So we're going to get those replaced while all the slates are off and we've got less weight on the roof. We can start getting those in, get those smashed in very quickly so Will can carry on.
And then I can get back on it. And then this is phase one, by the way, okay? So we've got 3 phases on this job. Phase 1, get this done. John's got to do all his work, scaff down. And then we've got phase 2.
This roof.
Which is this roof.
Yeah.
And then phase 3 is even further down. And the guys are getting that all built right now as we speak.
Which is right down the bottom, the flat roof on the basement.
And I think what we're having on that, John?
That's going to be the GRP.
GRP, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're having GRP on that one.
Yes.
So we're not having the rubber or my favourite resi tricks.
No.
Well, actually, my favourite's torch on, actually.
Yeah, no torch on here, mate,
Yeah,
sorry.
So yeah, so it's that fiberglass stuff basically.
Yeah, Will is a busy man. I'm going to leave you to it, mate.
Cheers.
Crack on.
Come on, bro.
Boom, we'll talk in a minute. Right guys, I've been busy running around, so unfortunately I haven't been able to get any close-up action of the lads at work, but you can see now what's going on. Basically we've got a load of timbers here which we've used from something else, which have basically been reclaimed. They're very good timbers, they just had a few nails in which we've denailed and ripped these down to the right height that we need for these. So they're all now ready and we're basically starting to get those instated into here. What we're also doing underneath this stud, we've basically dropped, if you can see there's 2 like doubles here. The inner one, that's been dropped down slightly to accommodate noggins going underneath and also the chipboard flooring going underneath that as well. So I'll make sure it's nice and solid underneath all that. Tomorrow there will be plenty going on. First of all we're going to get that purlin sorted out up there and there's a few bits on the roof which also need sorting. So Will can carry on getting all this sorted. So we'll be predominantly up there, maybe a bit going on in here, but we need to get that smashed out, ready for Will so he can carry on working his magic. Right, see you in the morning. We need to get the roof sorted, ready for Will. Let's hop up and have a look. Hi James.
Hi.
Hi. That was an extreme close-up of your face there, mate. So, this purlin here is pretty knackered. It is rotten. So, what we're going to do is replace this bad boy, literally from this point over to there where it joins onto the next purlin over there. This is going to be stripped out. We're going to use a recip saw, cut all this out, then we're going to get some new timbers in there, fix it through these rafters, get this brickwork sorted out over here because you can see that's a little bit knackered, redo this brickwork here, and then that will be nicely sorted. There's also a few rafters, you can see we've just done an emergency repair there. This one needs sorting out, one in that corner, that needs replacing as well, and then down that end there's another one to sort out. But apart from that, we're pretty good up here, but we need to get this sorted, ready for Will so he can crack on with the roof. He's got it all stripped off for us. He's battened all the way up to this point, but obviously we need him to keep off it as long as possible, so there's no weight on here while we're taking this purlin out. Also the fascia at the front is rotten, so we need to put a plant on the top of that, trim it down, put a plant on top of that, get that all painted up. And there's a little section of fascia in the corner, which you can't see from out here, I'll show you in a bit, which also needs sorting out as well, because that again is rotten. So let's get on with it, get this smashed out. This is all gone now, and we're just in the process of getting this up. It has been an absolute nightmare trying to get them up here, but we did it. So what we're going to do is basically, we've got some 7-2 here, these are going to be glued and bolted together. Piece that purlin there, right the way through where the existing was, well the original one was, through there. Because of the length of it, what we're going to do is do it in 2 pieces. So it's going to be 2 pieces that way. The piece at the front, because of the length of the lap joint, is going to be 1 full piece. And then the piece at the back that we're going to bolt together is going to be 2 pieces. So we're going to have a full piece from there, running to approximately about here. And then there'll be an additional piece on the back carry that right the way through to the back of the brickwork and carry all the rafters. We are going to glue this together and bolt it together, so it's going to be absolutely solid and go nowhere. So we've got no problems with having a joint over there because everything will carry it. It's totally fine, do not worry. Right, we're just cutting that out now so we can extend the lap board at the back and then we'll start getting these in place. Let's do it. So we've got double timber in here. We've got that end glued. What we're going to do now is basically take this piece off. We're going to put a load of D4 glue in here so it squeeges out everywhere, gives us a nice coverage in between these two timbers, and then we're going to get our bolts in. We're going to put them in at 400 centres all the way across here. We'll probably stagger them as well just to make sure we've got a nice even coverage and there's never any twisting, and then we're good to go. Jack it up, you see we've got our string line in place. There are quite a few bits where it's a little bit lower, but once we've jacked this all up and got this all exactly where we need it to be, this will be bang on, nice and flat across the top, and then we can get it bricked in there, and we are good to go. We've got a few repairs to do. We've got a bit to put in here, bit to put in over there. We've got to repair this rafter as well, and this one, which has been cut a little bit short. We need to do that, get that sorted, get that back in. And that's it, we're good. Will can crack on out here, and then we can carry on downstairs. Let's do it. Right guys, the purlin is in. It's all bolted together, glued together. We've bricked it up there as well. That's why this is in. This isn't a permanent fixture. That's literally just to hold it while the mortar goes off. We've bolted every 400 all the way across this. It's been glued as well, so we've got a double timber in there, so this is nice and solid now. Everything is very rigid. We've done a replacement rafter up here as well. James has also just put in a replacement one at that side, just spliced that in nicely against there. And also there was one down there which just needed refixing, which we've done. Which this means now, Will can carry on with this.
Woo! Let's
yes.
go, baby!
So we haven't spoken much to Will at the minute because it's been a bit carnage with everything going on, hasn't it, mate?
It is a little bit, mate, but we're getting there,
yeah.
Slowly but surely. It is what it is, mate.
It is what it is, baby.
Just crack on, mate. That's what we do. We work together as a team and we get it done.
Exactly, mate, exactly.
That's how we do, mate. No stress on these jobs.
Unfortunately, it's been a bit bitty because we've had to do various things, so it's meant Will hasn't been able to just smash through it as he normally would. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, though. It's okay. I get to spend more time with the boys.
Exactly. Now we're going to basically drop downstairs. Also, Pete needs to finish a bit up there, so one of us will drop on and help him. We're just going to leave Will just to crack on with it now because he's got a free run to get this side fountain and battened, and job's a good one. Yes. So I'm up now on the roof with Pete, and we are basically fixing this fascia board. It's a very decorative fascia, as you can see. It looks really, really nice, so we're keen to keep it. The top of this was absolutely rotten because all the water that was coming down from the roof was just hitting that, sitting there, and obviously rotting it away. So Pete's cut all the dead wood away, and we're left with some good solid wood now. So what he's done is machined this plank down, so this is going to sit on top like so. We're going to glue and screw this down, and then that brings us up to the existing height then, and that enables Will then to get a good solid fix in for his eaves vents, and that will obviously allow for our airflow to go through, which is going to be very nice. Pete's also machining up some bits to sort this corner out because this corner here is pretty knackered. So yeah, basically we've got to get all this repaired now, get this back in, and then that will enable Will to totally finish this bottom section. Right, let's do it.
So that's it, another episode is done. I know it's a sad moment, but don't worry, we'll be back. In the next episode, we're gonna be getting some big steels in out the back, the ones that are gonna be basically holding up the whole of the extension. So that is one not to be missed. Also, just worth mentioning, truetrade.co.uk. Head over there if you're in the trade. It is well worth a look if you are after any sort of help whatsoever with your business or any way of streamlining your business. That will help you massively and make your life a lot easier, which is what we all want, isn't it? Take care, guys. See you next time.